Hey guys, mattbull here, Director of Coaching at Action Coaching Loughborough, here with your weekly video on the insights, hacks, tips and skills you need to take your business and personal performance to the next level. Following on from last week's video on high performance goal setting, we are getting today into knowing yourself to better yourself. We're going to peel back the layers of you as an individual to highlight the areas that you need to know that will make your business and personal performance go to the next level. As always, comment below, subscribe to the videos, and let's get on with today's video. Okay guys, here we go then. The identity iceberg. Know yourself to better yourself. Now, following on from last week's video on high performance goal setting, we touched on how important it is for you guys to get clarity about who you actually are, and more importantly, who we want to be so we can live our lives to the full. And I always ask this question, which is how can anyone set any goals in business or in life without knowing what good truly looks like for us as individuals? And one thing I'm seeing with clients and individuals at the moment is that in the last 90 days, it's given them a real chance to reflect on where their life is and look at making some changes so their business and way of living really aligns more with who they actually are deep down, and more importantly, think about what they actually want their life to look like. Now, for some people, they're in a state of opportunity, of in what's next. They're feeling empowered by this change. But others are completely stuck in this paralysis. The safety net and the railroad of life and conforming to routine and structure in a job or in a business has been completely shattered, and people don't like it. The comfort blanket has been removed. So what can we do to make this shift from paralysis to opportunity? Now, a key thing I talk about with a lot of my clients is this idea of being above or below the line. Now, if we're above the line, we say we're taking ownership. We're accountable for our actions, and we're responsible. We're able to respond to what's happening. So being above the line is key at the moment. If we're below the line, we're blaming things. We're blaming external circumstances. We're making excuses for how we feel in our current state. And worst case, we're in denial. So we need to make sure that we're staying above the line as much as we can. Now, I know what you're all saying. That's great, Matt. How can I shift myself from this paralysis to a state of opportunity? I know I don't like where I am at the moment. So how can I make that shift? And the starting point of that is making sure that we truly understand ourselves so we can shift the negative patterns and remove the head trash that's stopping us really operating at that high level. For that, we use a tool in coaching, and that is the identity iceberg. We start off, we think of ourselves as an iceberg. And for all people, what we tend to see initially at the top are the results that people achieve. We see, the successful business, the life, the things like that. The results that we get are what we have. So in order to change what we have and change our results, we'd need to do something different. The definition of insanity is keeping doing the same thing and expecting a different result. To do something different, we need to take different actions. And to take different actions, we need to make better decisions. So by taking these better decisions and making different choices, i.e. actions, our behaviors change. And our behaviors are a key barometer around the results we have. Ask yourself now, do the behaviors that I'm demonstrating align with the results I want? That is the gap that we were talking about last time. So we need to ensure that the behaviors that we demonstrate on a weekly, on a daily, on an hourly, on a minute-by-minute basis are really completely aligned to support the decisions that we take, therefore the actions that we go through to get the results we want. Ask yourself the question now, are my choices, my actions, and my overall behaviors aligning to where I want to be? I know what you're saying, the concept of doing things differently and shifting behaviors, if it was easy, everyone would do it. And this is where we need to step below the line. We need to get into what people can't see. We need to get into our psychology. So above the line here, the iceberg, the top 10%, as we know with an iceberg, there's so much more underneath going on. It's underneath us that people can't see that really makes a difference. What is it then that informs us at a deeper level? The first thing, the skills we've got. If we're good at something, we keep doing it. We like doing it. It's in our comfort zone. So our skills influence our behavior. If I'm good at something, I want to keep doing it. So how much does that limit us to affect the change we want in life? How good are we at learning new skills? What new skills do you need to learn to support where you want to be this quarter? The skills that served you well at the start of the year might not be the skills that you need now. What's stopping us stepping out of our comfort zone and getting us new skills? So now we're going into the next level down here. This is around beliefs. Belief is something that we hold to be true based on our own view of life, on the lens that we put through life. Now, belief can empower us, but it can also hold us back. Question to ask yourself now: are your beliefs servicing you or holding you back? Are they helping you achieve the results you want, or are they holding you back? Say I want to improve the sales in my business, and I think to myself, yeah, I need more sales. So action's going to do this. I'm going to make the choice to do it. My head behaviors, I'm going to set it up, and I'm going to learn some new skills. If I believe deep down that I'm rubbish at sales, am I really going to be able to get the results that I want? Or am I just kidding myself? So a belief is a way that you see the world. The word paradox, it means framing the world differently. Our beliefs can be shifted, in an instant by something like childbirth. My beliefs about the world certainly changed when my first child arrived. Things like childbirth can shift our beliefs completely. So we can shift by choice, we can shift by event. As Tony Robbins says, change can happen in an instant. So what shapes our beliefs? Our values. Our values are what we hold to be important to us at a particular moment in time. Again, much like beliefs, what we currently hold to be true. The values are what are important to us now. And the key bit with a value is that can shift like our beliefs. My values when I was 18 are completely different to my values now. Thank God, I've got a sensible job now and got a family and a wife and kids. My values when I was 18 would not serve me well now, but those values that I've now got shape my beliefs. And this is where people lose track a bit about what they are, because the skills, they're focusing everything up here on what they want to do, and they're not checking in with themselves. What are my deep down beliefs? What are my values? And this is where a lot of anxiety in life comes from people, is that they're pursuing results that aren't their own. They don't align with who they truly want to be. But the biggest factor that shapes long-term change and impacts our results and our ability to change is our identity. And anything you say with the words I am is your identity. In the English language, I am a great businessman. I am a great father. I am a great husband. Just imagine, when you added to your identity, when something happened, when I became a father, I am a parent. How did my values, beliefs, skills, behaviors, and therefore results change? So we need to make sure that deep down we know who we are now, but also know who we want to be spiritually, as a parent, as from a career perspective, as a friend, as a health, from a body perspective, from a fitness perspective. All of these areas we need to look into. If we don't look into them, we don't have the foundation to grow, and potentially if there's a real discord, those areas are holding us back. Everyone talks about affirmations. Affirmation is really important. I am this, I am that, but it's got to align with your identity. I cannot look myself in the mirror and say, I am an international tax specialist, and make it happen. So we've got to be true to ourselves. So let's use affirmations for what they are, but let's not kid ourselves and try and get us to be something that we're not. Let's align with our identity. And that's what a lot of people are experiencing at the moment. It's a shift or a realization that their life doesn't align with their true identity. That's because surrounding us at any point in time, as the bottom shows here, is our environment. And the environment shapes us. And we've got a massive shift in the environment at the moment. And that's causing this pressure, causing the iceberg. It's causing us to change. So we've got a choice when the environment changes. We can use it to make things better, or we can fight it. And we need to be strong in our identity and strong in our values and strong in our beliefs, because they enable us to withstand a change in the environment. But let's not just say that if the environment changes, that we're not going to question ourselves in some of these areas and say, okay, now the environment has changed. Do I need to change? Is it changing my identity? Is it changing it for the better or for the worse? The top 10%, what we see from people might be strong. You might see people out there giving it big, growth. It's all good, on with it. But what's happening below the line? The environment has changed that are you fighting against it in a negative way? Are you holding on to an old identity that was not the true you, that this environment change has exposed a spotlight on? If you think you're stuck, then you're in the wrong place. You're with the wrong people. You're getting head trash in. You're letting the news inform you and create this identity that you know deep down is not you. Even if your business cannot open now, we've got to be thinking about what's next. What has this experience of change and environment meant for your identity? What is your current trajectory as per last week? I can tell you people in all sectors are growing and making it work, because I coach a lot of businesses who are making it work. I speak to 100 coaches every week on national coaching call. There are businesses in all sectors making it work. Who we become is so much more important than what we do and what we have. If it was all about what we do to get what we want and what we have in life, everyone would buy a business book and be multimillionaires. Really important from a personal and business performance perspective that we've got our identity iceberg as clear as we can get. And if you've got any form of anxiety or frustration around where you are at the moment and how to move forward, I'm more than happy to talk you through this in more detail and ask you some questions so we can help you figure out what is your identity and inform that up to setting your goals to move you forward for 90 days, for the rest of the year, and for the rest of your life. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop me a comment in below. Make sure you subscribe. These videos are coming out weekly. Keep making good things happen. I look forward to catching up with you next week.